We're hard for games, and you should be too. Today we're going to be reviewing a very special game. Special if you know what I mean.
It's a game that spent way too much time in a production cycle and still came out feeling like a rush botch job.
Oh, yes.
It's a fascinating curiosity of the gaming industry.
It is
Duke Nukem Forever, because it definitely didn't take forever to come out.
I paid $3.99 for this game. I bought it out of morbid curiosity. Is it worth $3.99?
I paid $59.99, and now when I brush my teeth in the morning, all I can see is regret.
I've never played this game before, and it's free for me, so let's find out.
I hate you.
I hate you too.
Well, let's go play it right now.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Bam!
Ronald Reagan would have an erection with that.
Oh, yes, he would. Erection from the grave, baby.
Oh, I remember. These are all the levels from Duke Nukem 3D, a far better game. Which is a shame because, like, really, it's like reminding. It's like, dude, do you remember when you played that game? That game was awesome.
So I must admit, just in terms of presentation, when I first loaded this up, the introductory scenes had some serious badassery involved, and I was like, this could be good.
I was thinking the same thing on my computer. I was like, this could still work. Maybe everybody's just a big crybaby. A lot of the people who were reviewing it, I noticed, were actually born after 3D came out. So I thought they were just like those kids who were complaining about the new Mega Man games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, games are too hard now. It's like, man, games used to be so hard back in the day, they'd kill you. Not your character, you. You would die. You'd be like, I'm really bad at Battletoads, and your dad would walk in and shoot you.
Happened so many times to me. Happened so many times. So one of the biggest complaints about this game in terms of just the way it was constructed was the loading times were just so ridiculously long. And it's not so bad because we're starting the game for the first time, but every time you die, having to deal with this 60+ second load screen is incredibly annoying, although I hear it's not quite as bad on the PC.
On the PC, it's not as bad, but it is quite irritating that it's like, you figure you died and your, like, checkpoint was, you know, like 5 feet back there. It should just be pop your back. But no.
Of course, a little history. 3D Realms went under. Some of the people are still working on it, and then Gearbox came and took it over and resurrected the project, which is good because we finally get to have it, but it's bad because we finally get to have it. So this is the first segment of the game.
What am I, a chimpanzee?
You can pick up poop.
If I could, I'd throw it at TJ, but I can't, so I'm gonna throw it in the mirror.
This is disgusting.
Yeah, you just dropped it.
I'm walking in it.
And what if I gave him the blue eyes?
Okay, let's continue here, John.
Smells like cherry.
Ain't no Cyclops now.
Give me that back. So John's just been drawing on this whiteboard for the last 45 minutes. It's time to continue. So, what? I'm gonna change the damn battery out of here. John.
You don't have any weapons yet. Which is a kind of stupid because this is the end of Duke Nukem 3D, but they sort of added this part where you're running with these guys. See, the level actually just starts right here.
Yeah.
With you, with just like a shitload of weapons.
It's down to you and
just
me. You
duke
wanna
it out with
freak?
this bastard.
Yeah. So you can see that ego is really my health. When I begin to get low on ego, everything goes a little haywire, and I have to like hide for it to replenish itself.
Because when I think Duke Nukem game, I think, oh no, I better tactically hide.
Oh, and another like issue with this game when I was reading reviews was that the way that Duke is presented, he's always been like this Schwarzenegger, you know, esque kind of, you know, misogynist, like kind of a man's man sort of thing. But in this one, he's just kind of like a psychopath. He's just like a horrible misogynist, and like having like an ego meter just like cements that, I feel.
So your main problem with Duke is that you don't like Duke.
No, I like Duke, but the way he's portrayed in this game is like really like he hates women.
Well, so far it seems pretty good.
It is good so far, but this is also Duke Nukem 3D. After seeing that, I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm pumped for this game. It's going to be awesome. But the problem is that that's the best part of the game.
And also, it actually wasn't truly the game, because it was a game within a game. We just got incepted.
That was fun. What about the game, Duke? Was it any good?
Yeah, but after 12 fucking years, it should be.
Well,
So obviously,
anytime you want to
self-referential
play
there.
again, just let us know.
Like, these are like supposed to be attractive, but like they like look so plasticky, and they look like coke addicts.
And with the way the engine works, the way like the skeleton moves around and stuff, it's almost like marionette-like.
Yeah. You know, because we're not really into the action yet, let's just take a look at the presentation.
It's decent for the engine that it's in. It just feels like a game from a couple of years before it came out. Yeah, here's the point where I was talking about, like, you press use. Yeah, see, your ego thing shows up in the corner, as if it would be regenerating, but there's absolutely no point in that, because it's regenerating in this game.
You know what I don't like about the story so far? Is that it would have been so much more interesting to have Duke Nukem be an underdog. Like, it's been 12 years since his last adventure, no one likes him, he's totally fallen by, you know, away from the public
Sort of
views.
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, yes.
yeah.
But now, like, everyone's like, Duke, 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 oh, we love you, we love you, we love you. There's nothing to achieve. It'd be so much cooler if he's just a relic from another era, people don't like him, and he has to save the frigging day and regain his glory. That should have been the story. This is just overkill. I think it's just too much, you know?
This is an awful lot of walking before anything happens in a Duke Nukem game.
Yeah, do you guys want to play? So you can see here the original Duke Nukem games.
My name's Duke Nukem, and God, I love my highlights. Oh no, I'm too matchy right now.
Hey, could you hit that picture button over there?
Feels like Animal Crossing, where they're just like, hey, could you do some more menial labor and chores? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, they're boxing.
We're boxing, baby. We're boxing, baby.
You do some rope-a-dope in here.
Oh, yeah. Look.
Just, oh my gosh, is there actually...
Even though we're playing a Duke Nukem game and we haven't even been able to have a gun yet, what do you think about the combat so far?
I do think it's a little odd that they actually had you, like, start fighting, even though the melee combat's kind of vague and uninteresting in this. And then they're like, alright, you fought like 5 of them, we're gonna put the lights out, and then you're just gonna be able to punch them without any challenge.
We're fighting enemies, we're like going through these creepy hallways, but it just doesn't feel satisfying.
No, it just feels like you just threw an object in a video game at a person.
That is verbatim what it feels like. Alright, so we need to find energy cells to get the power back on, but why would I want the power back on? No one can see me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You have to do an RC car part here.
Oh, those are the worst parts.
This is one of those things that would have been revolutionary, like, years ago, and you would have been like, whoa, this is really interesting, this is cool, I've never done anything like this. But now that that novelty is kind of worn off, having to do it isn't interesting, it's just, oh my god, this is tedious. Why is the game gonna make me do this?
You'll see that when I move, it's very... It wouldn't be so bad if, like, I'd had quite a bit of Duke back there, and I was trying to, you know, now... What?
Wow.
It turns out Duke just has the Force. That shit's like, you're like,
Damn.
this is some Duke right here.
Oh yeah.
I remember when you'd use this shit back in the day, in like the old game. Damn, man, you'd be fucking people up, and that's exactly what it is here. Except the controls are a little too twitchy.
Like the original Duke Nukem, what made it good? I mean, it was funny, but it was just kind of like a run and gun. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
some basic puzzles and like.
Who's
It was
next?
very satisfying, very just sort of well executed running.
But why was it so satisfying? What makes it different than this? I'm trying to put my finger on it, but I just can't. You know what I mean? These guys, it doesn't really. They're not very threatening, for one. They just kind of limp and fall over, secondarily. I don't know, it's kind of...
It isn't even very well done, like, ragdolls, because they're, like, standing, and then, like, that tension they get, they sort of, like, pop up for a second, and then slowly float over, like it's just a blow-up doll.
Yeah. I guess with, like, the original, like, Wolfenstein, Doom, Duke Nukem, there's, like, a lot of areas to, like, explore. And you progress, but there's a lot of things to do per area. Whereas I feel like this is very segmented. Like there's like 2 minutes here and 2 minutes here and 2 minutes here. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm playing a bunch of mini games. And I don't just mean like the actual mini games. I feel like this segment is like a mini game. I feel like the segment going through the vents was like a mini game. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of all feels disjointed.
Not that there shouldn't be video game like mini games in this.
Yeah,
like
but
you should mix it up every now and then. But like,
how many mini games have we played so far? And we've only like we haven't even left the damn hotel. So while we play this tedious level, I'm going to play what is generally considered the worst Duke Nukem game ever made, Duke Nukem 3D for the Gamecom. And I'm going to see if it's more satisfying of an experience than Duke Nukem Forever.
it has voice. I'm impressed. Remember the ads for the Gamecom?
Oh yeah.
Those were just stupid.
It speaks!
Let's rock.
And it plays more games than you idiots have brain cells!
How you enjoying it, Tony?
It's much more action-packed than Duke Nukem Forever. I'm playing this, and whenever I hit an enemy, there's a sound effect for it. Whenever it hits me, there's a sound effect for it. When I hit an enemy, I can really feel it. They recoil, and my gun recoils, and I have to shoot them again, and then they collapse. And it just feels more realistic on the Gamecom.
It does have much more of a punch.
Very snappy and immediate. It's kind of like old arcade games where it's like,
and that's what Duke Nukem kind of should be. Snappy and immediate. It's not like it's a thinking man's game.
look at the way her neck is
exactly. It's
moving.
inhuman.
It's like
It's inhuman and not sexy at all.
Elliot. Ouch.
You've been shrunk. Guess what you have to do now?
Stop
Drive an RC car for 3 levels.
Yeah, I think this is actually the part of the game where I gave up. It's just like aiming. It's too immediate. It's too snappy. It doesn't smoothly do anything. You don't have. It isn't a pressure-sensitive control like the trigger is supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's just on/off. Your speed is like a light switch.
Yeah.
This is
Whoa,
getting tedious.
what's going on with the physics there? The Dukemobile is like kind of. It could have worked. Where you'd be like driving around and aliens would be trying to kill you and you're whipping shitties through the whole area. Like, instead what it ends up being is just like driving an actual remote control car where you just keep smashing into things and having to back up. It's never like those TV ads when you were a kid where like it would just show that you monster truck like driving all over stuff. It would just like you drive over like a playing card and it would roll over and you could go over and to right it.
That's pretty much it. I mean, they definitely nailed it driving exactly like an RC car, which sucks. Yeah. Also, this jumping mechanic here, when you jump and it like bounces, that's from a previous engine. And it was like impressive when they were originally utilizing it, but
What the hell, man?
you have to actually press jump there.
And the shame is that Gearbox like gave this like, look what we've done for the community. We picked this game up and we're going to release it. And like, you'd think they would have really gone back over and really just fixed some of this up. But
Nope.
no.
I'm so glad you're okay.
All right, time for my reward.
Duke, help! Oh God, Duke, save us!
Oh, and even though you shot them square in the face, blank.
Alien motherfuckers are
When you think
gonna
about
pay
it,
for
they're
this.
twins. Oh, they're sisters having sex with each other. It's kind of...
That's Wincest.
Yeah, that's Wincest.
What's Wincest? It's a win. Duke Nukem Forever. It's kind of an old game, yeah. But can we fault it for its flaws? It is old.
It was
Yeah.
full of annoying and tedium, and I didn't have fun playing.
Like playing a chore for 6 hours.
Yeah, I think that this would work as sort of like a sensory deprivation thing.
Experiment of
You could
sorts.
use this,
Okay.
like, give it to terrorists and have them play it for a little bit. First off, they'll be offended by the content.
Yes.
But then after a while, they'll feel so hollow inside that they have to, like, fill it with guilt by just giving us information. And if I wanted to play a game that had a whole bunch of just like mini games in it, and I wanted it to be cheap and fun, I'd buy an old copy of WarioWare.
That's right.
And I'd have fun.
Do you feel like you've been waterboarded by this game?
I think I have been. I think I've been in an NSA cell.
So out of
Prison.
10, what would you give this game?
Well, it didn't crash on us. I'll give it that much. There weren't like obvious glitches or anything like that. So coding wise it was good. So 3 or 4 out of 10.
TJ?
I guess 1 thumb down. If you really love Duke Nukem and you really want to experience some more Duke Nukem, then I guess you should play it. But it's really boring and not very fun at all.
I would have to say I like the GameCom version a little bit better, which is horrible to say, and I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. But I only paid $3.99 for it, so $3.99 on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. $3.99! Bad touch.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the episode, and don't forget to subscribe to us, like us on Facebook, and fan us on Twitter. And if you like the graphic design, animations, and illustrations that we use in our episodes, make sure to check out our graphic designer's website, AnnaVisenTainer.com. The link is in the description below.